Hi guys, this is Nina and you are watching Men on Balls. About that.
He's the new Ohio father for the House of Infinity. Can I see that runway pizza? That's it. Infinity. And right behind him, the overall father for the House of Infinity, Sir Chris Infinity. Of the year, $1,000, schoolboy, blind. The whole house of red line. The whole right behind him, the whole house of Prodigy. Where's Gucci? Jacob. Gucci. Jacob. Come get you some. Byron. Anthony. Come get you some. Bad boy. LaCroix. Come get you some. Of the year, Tamika, Blondie, come get you some. Of the year, Taji, Blondie, come get you some. Jay.
Hello. So, this is the part I get to call out the big girl?
This is your time.
I get to call out the big girl?
This is your time.
She's no longer a Jordan. She is the rock-socking, legendary woman of a decade. This is Jamie Valencia. Aga. Drop it gorgeous. Drop it gorgeous. Drop it gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the prototype of motherfucking thing. This is Jamie Valencia. Let's shake it up, shake it up, shake it up now. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up now. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up now. Legendary thing. And wait a minute, Jamie, what they don't know about you is not only are you legendary things, you are foot and eyewear, best dressed, and woman of the millennium. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Best dressed, foot and eyewear, and drop dead gorgeous Jamie Valencia. Are you ready for round two? And this next individual, no music, please. I want them to get into it. I know they told their stories earlier. I wasn't there for that. This next individual, Ebony, whether you called him Method Man, whether you thought he was face, whether you thought or knew he was realness, this record is undeniable. He is the first Butch Queen, legendary, perfect 10, face, body, realness, legend over legend. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one and only Jahan Ebony. E-B-O-N-Y. Ebony. Jahan Ebony. That legendary realness. That legendary 10. That perfect. That perfect. That perfect. That perfect. That perfect. That perfect. That perfect 10. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the prototype yourself. Are you ready for the next one? There are people who start houses, and there are people who start movements. Whether starting the house of Miyake Mugler in the Carolinas, or starting the house of Garcon. Whether being 40 years old and still being the prototype of bass, drop dead gorgeous. The name is Shannon. Drop dead pioneer Garcon. Garcon. Legendary. Legend. Garcon. Legendary founder and legendary pioneer. And since we're talking about ebonies, when I first came to the scene and was an ebony, I had a partner in crime. There has never been a one-way ruler like the one I'm introducing you to. When I came, he was the rock-socking midget's European one-way. Let me tell you what Mariah would do in a night. When she was a Butch Queen, she would come to a ball and first win midget's European one-way. Then with the 6 packs to kill and a shiny bald head, come back and win All-American in the same night. And when you thought it was over, throw some bangles in, some hoop earrings and some red lipstick and a skirt, and win drags one way that same night. This is the most prolific one-way ruler ever. I present to you legend, Mariah Revlon. R-R-R-E-V-L-L-L-O-N. That legendary woman you have to give them your classic, legendary chant. Can you remember that one? Let's hear it. You want to know what a legendary commentator does? You bet.
DJ, pump that beat. Tonight. Hit the floor. DJ Pop.
For social change around trans issues. If you know Marquise, you know that the trans man is unstoppable, the trans man is all day, every day real, and the trans man is also legendary. DJ Marquise, get legendary, get L-E-G-G, get trans man, get trans man.
Yes, God. Okay.
You got them all
And voice.
You know, Marquise, you got the whole room fucked up. They didn't know. But while we're talking about trans people that have turned it out, my sister is in the building. And this lady has won every Femme Queen face and sex siren category on the planet. But let's not stop there. She went on to get her bachelor's degree in nursing, right? She went on to get her master's degree in nursing, became a nurse practitioner. And now she's working on her doctoral degree. And she defied all the rules of what a trans woman can and cannot do. Let's not get it fucked up because she stood for the very thing that all of us are striving for. Success and perfection. I present to you a changed woman with a changed attitude, with a degree to match. Ladies and gentlemen, that Mercedes driving bitch herself. This is the legendary Ayana. As a Butch Queen. The runway was so destructive that they wouldn't allow her to compete with Butch Queen and drags when she put on a skirt. So what they did was, they told her to walk against the queens. And she slayed them for 10 years straight. She went on to the House of Lord for a short period of time, won every fashion and category on the planet. We all know Allura. We all know, excuse me, Allura. Then she went back to her home, St. Clair, and started winning runway all over again. But then she said, where do I go next when I've done it all? So she put the Sonic back in. icon was out way back in the day. 1977, he's the oldest ballroom queen I know. But he's also one of the most accomplished ballroom people I know. Whether it's winning Between Face, whether it's starting the House of Omni, oh, you already knew it's coming. From being our archivist of our community and definitely a ballroom historian. If you are sitting down, show your respect for this pioneer icon. It is a privilege to have Kevin Omni in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kevin Omni, the icon, my mentor, Kevin Omni. Before we go any further, I'm going to do a quick interview. Before you grace the stage, please tell us how old you are.
52 and a half.
5 decades of success. I present to you now, Kevin Omni. Put your hands together. And I want to introduce you to this one more person because this means a lot to me tonight. I actually put the microphone in his hand for the very first time. I passed the torch to someone I believed in. And as you know, his music is what you all vote to in this country. He has trained more people in the city of brotherly love in terms of how to vote than anyone I know in this country. He earns my respect and he knows he's my child, and I raise that ass for points. But tonight, I give him something he deserves. Put your hands together for the legendary. Before we start the ball, get up off your feet one more time and give all of my friends over there legends, the prototype of pioneering achievement.